Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'd love it if you'd like, share, subscribe, comment. I really appreciated the comment I got on my previous video. Let me tell you the truth, I have been basking in that comment. You know, when you post content and you don't know if you're impacting anyone and someone just says thank you for sharing what you share. It runs deep. I appreciate that comment a lot. So comment, let me know, are my videos helping you? Is there something you'd like me to talk about that I'm not talking about? Yeah, I'd love to hear it. It was the video I was watching on Tony Gaskins when he was talking about the things men want from us women but will never say it, and that's affection and affirmation. It really got me thinking. It was deep because every time I listen to a man's perspective, I sit down and think about it and say, if I was in a relationship, what would I do for my man? So whenever I listen to their perspective, I start playing it in my imagination. Now, this is where I take advantage of my huge imagination and start imagining I have this man and how I would apply everything I listen to. Because if you listen to these videos and you do nothing about it, then you're wasting your time. If you really want to be in a relationship, I'd advise you to listen to the perspective of the opposite gender. Because women, including myself, can come from a good-hearted place to give you advice on a man, but the best place to get what a man wants is from a man, not from a woman. Just the same way the best advice to get from a woman is from a woman, not from a man. And I always say I go for mature, sober-minded men, because there are so many people with podcasts today and people have a lot to say, and not everybody deserves to own a microphone and camera. So when I did the previous video sharing the men I listen to, those are sober-minded men. Men I can listen to for hours. Yes, there are more out there that maybe I don't know, and I would love it if you'd recommend someone you know. I'm always big on learning more, but those are the people I listen to currently. Sober-minded men who know what they're saying. They do not sugarcoat, they do not pamper, they just say straight up as it is. If you want to hear it or not want to hear it, it's up to you to make the decision. So now, I started thinking, and I always talk about good men, so I'm going to talk about good women. I'm not going to talk about women who use manipulative, just wrong. I'm just going to talk about the good woman. So, good women, when they enter relationships, many times, without even realizing, not intentional, not planned, we enter into relationships with self-centered reasons and selfishness. Before you bash me and beat me up, let me explain. When we desire relationships, I'm single, so I'm desiring for a relationship, a long-term relationship. So I could have been thinking, before I changed who I am as a person, I could have been thinking what the man will do for me, what the man can give me. And I'm not necessarily saying I want a man to splurge with money. No, I'm just saying what he can do for me. Give me attention, take me here, do for me that. All I am seeing is what this man can do for me. What he can do for me. Me. So many women go into relationships with the me mentality. And they don't come from a bad place, because we love attention from men. We really do want that man to give us attention. For sure, we really do. But women, we need to come into a relationship. Let's switch the script and come in a relationship with a giving mentality. Instead of a receiving mentality, let's come in with a giving mentality. Even the Bible says it's better to give than to receive. Why am I saying that? Because when Tony Gaskins said men need affirmation and affection, and for me personally, no, that's not correct English. Personally, I say that I'm really good at affirmation. That one I have no struggles with. Affirmation and I one, because I am words, my love language is words of affirmation. So there's a way I know how to really boost people's egos. I have boosted I have really boosted men's confidence, and they're not even my man. Not even my man. I can be walking. I don't know how to shut up sometimes. I can be walking and this guy's hair is really good. And I'm like, yo, you have really nice hair. And you can see the man is, first of all, shocked. Then he's like, thank you. Because it's rare. I'm really good at giving compliments. And I do not shy out from giving compliments. Of course, when the time comes and I get a man, I wouldn't outright just compliment any man. But I'm good at compliments. But many are not. So women, let's learn. I agree with Tony. I really agree with Tony Gaskins. Let's affirm men. They need it. Because I read somewhere where men are hungry for compliments. To the point this guy even made a comment and said a woman gave him a compliment last year and he's still basking in that compliment. He's still playing that compliment in his head. Can you imagine? You know, women, sometimes we take that for granted because once we leave our house, we get complimented a lot. Unless you didn't leave the house that day, it's hard for you not to get a compliment. And sometimes even it's not verbally, it's just the man staring at you until you walk into the horizon. We are complimented a lot. Now, men rarely get compliments. If that guy is still basking in the compliment he got a year ago, apart from like men who are famous, men who are just so fine, so handsome, men rarely get complimented. So, women, let's go into relationships with the mentality of wanting to give. And then also, allow me to talk to the married women, because by now if you've been watching me for some time, you know, I believe sex for marriage. Everyone to their own lives, but for me, that is me. So, I say, women who are married, listen to me and listen to me good. Your man should not be the only initiator of sex. My goodness. Let your man feel wanted. Let your man feel desirable. Let him sit and say, hey, Yani, today my woman really desired me. Initiate it. Come on, initiate affection. Initiate a cuddle. Initiate hand-holding. Initiate a kiss. Initiate. Not all the time, but initiate. Stop depriving your man of affection. Man, Tony, thank you. Tony Gaskins, thank you for that video. It's such an eye-opener for me. And it makes me realize, and we've deprived men of a lot. We have deprived men of a lot. Now, because I am currently single, so this is my imagination. I imagine if I had my husband and he wakes up today morning and he just felt down, he felt defeated, he felt like he will not conquer his day, I'd be like, my king. Yes, my king, because he is a king. My king, look at yourself. You have a crown of majesty. You will conquer this day. Whatever you put your hands to, my king, succeeds. Men want to listen to what you have to say. You go before great men and they listen to you. You look at your calling, look at your purpose. You're influencing many. Even though at that time the guy is influencing just one person, or even though he's influencing thousands, your man needs encouragement. Remember, your man is the leader. God gave him the authority of leader. And a leader needs an encourager, because it can be lonely at the top. Even you, if you're a boss lady in your work, you know how being a leader is a lot. It can be lonely at the top, because those people who are your friends now hate you because now you're their boss. So that's the life of a man. This man, sometimes it's really lonely at the top. Being a leader ain't easy. Your man needs that. To me, affirmation is compliments, encouragement. That's for me. I see it as compliments and encouragement. Your man needs encouragement. He really needs encouragement. You're the one to boost his day. Why do you think when men go out there and you've deprived him of compliments, you've deprived him of affection, you've deprived him of affirmation, and then there's just this kayanka girl in the office who comes and says, oh, you're such a handsome man. Oh, I like the way you do this. Oh, the way you do that is so good. Oh, he doesn't hear that from you. So now he's basking in what this woman is telling him. Do not deprive. If you've watched my video on the love tank, you'll understand what I'm saying. If you haven't, you can go look for it and watch it. Don't ensure your man's love tank is not empty. Ensure it's not empty. Fill it up. Fill it up with compliments. Me, if my man looks fine, I'll be like, ish, baby, looking fine. I can't stop staring at you because of how good you look. You know? Looking at him and saying, whoo, aren't I blessed to have a good looking man like you? Do not. Usimnyime. Goodness. Let's go in with a giving mentality. When you give, you receive. It is a law. Even though you are a Christian or not, it is a law. You give, you receive. Aki, you will receive. Your man will work hard to learn to love you the way you want to be loved when you do these things. If you're willing to just go in for some time and just be a giver until he starts learning you, you will stand out from, kwanza if you're auditioning as a girlfriend before you go into fiance and wifey status. Audition with these things. Oh, okay, but me wouldn't audition with sex. But audition with these things. Make your man feel good. Aki, make your man feel good. And you know you can make a man feel confident, a king, his chest up, without even sleeping with him. Just make your man feel good. Goodness, they deserve it. I'm not saying the way I talk, I know you can think at, oh, you know, there are some bad men there are some users. Yes, there are. Of course there are. Many. But me, I know they are good men. And I always believe in receiving a good man. And I always believe the women who listen to me will have good men. Always my desire. Good men. But I always say good men have issues. No one is perfect, because even you as a good woman, you have your issues. Just make your man feel good. Oh my goodness. When I had that video, there's a certain pain I felt deep down in my heart, because I was like, hey, men are hungry. I'm going to give a very, very weird example. Just allow me to give it, please. You'll understand the context as to why I'd use this as an example. I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw this video of this transgender man. For those who don't know what transgender is, it's a girl. She's born. This is a woman born as a girl, but wakes up one day and decides they are a man, and actually goes into the transition of turning into a man. So if they never told you, in the outward looking, they look exactly like a man. So I call them she because that's what they are. She's recording this video and she's crying and she's like, I didn't know how lonely it was to be a man until I transitioned into being one. So it got me thinking, yes, being a man can be tough. It can be very lonely. And many women are not saying, give to your man, care for your man, do this for your man. It's more of take. So as I was saying, audition by being different. Let this man see you do things, hear you say things he's never heard, to the point he doesn't want to lose you. Because these things will touch a man deep down in his heart. And I advocate to ensure you look for the right woman. Don't be mesmerized by the wrong thing. Don't be mesmerized. Yeah, go for a good-looking woman. I'm not saying you don't go for a good-looking woman. That's not my advice. But don't be sold on the sexual aspect. Look deeper. And when you look deeper, trust me, that woman will take you far. And you'll also be able to take her far. And together you guys will have a wonderful life and build a beautiful empire. That is my desire, to build an empire with my man. I always look at what I can do for my man. My king, my husband, the man who can conquer any mountain. To me, in my eyes, I know he's not visibly here right now, but to me, in my eyes, this man, there's nothing he cannot do. Everything he puts his hands to succeeds. Everything he does is great. His calling is great. His purpose is great. He's a great man. A man who hears God's voice. My great leader. And for me, this was a very touching subject, because when I heard what Tony had to say, I just realized I feel for men many times. I feel for the good men who are deprived. And there's something, as I close this video, there's something Benjamin Zulu always says. He says, men with a great future, men with a great purpose, men with a great calling usually attract the wrong women. So men, be careful out there. You great men, be careful. Ensure the woman you're going to marry, the woman you desire to be with, the woman you let into your private life, private thoughts, is not Delilah, but is an Esther, is a Ruth, and is a Proverbs 31 woman. Anyway, guys, until my next video, take care and peace.